It's your man JayGravesReport, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Wrap-Up, Week 4. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Wrapping up the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Now, first ball game, we going down to Death Valley. We got Mississippi State showing up to play the number 8 LSU Tigers. Now, Mike the Tigers in the place, roaring like crazy. Old dumb man had out there eating grass, so on and so forth. Now, in this ball game, everybody been telling me all year long, all the boys are saying Mississippi State is the real deal. And I keep telling you, Mississippi State is Mississippi State. These guys showed up tonight and proved me wrong. Coming off, they have lost 14 straight in this series, bruh. No reason to think that Mississippi State would show up. All of a sudden, Mississippi State, Dak Prescott came in and went to work on these boys. Put up 268 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ran for a touchdown and another 105 yards. Dak Prescott, keep your eyes on this, dog, because he the real deal right now. Came down, I wouldn't want to be on the Mississippi State campus when that got back yesterday. I just tell you right there. Now, check this out. They went up 31-10 on these boys. And LSU had to try to come back and fight their way back in and only lost 34-29. Hey, I'm just saying, Mississippi State is now, I can't call them Mississippi State Cowbells no more. I gotta call them the Mississippi State Bulldogs, because they showed up on Saturday night. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 4, Oklahoma shows up to Morgantown to play West Virginia and Clint Trickett. Now, Clint Trickett is the real deal. This dude came out, put up 376 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he threw 2 dumb picks. You can't turn the ball over in big ball games, bro. At halftime, this game was tied 24-24. Then all of a sudden, the freshman came out. Samaji P. Ryan came out here and went to work on these boys. Had 34 carries, 242 yards, 4 touchdowns. I told you in the preview that Key 4 was going to be out of this ball game. But Oklahoma wasn't going to panic because they got running backs by committee up in this piece. Now, he went to work. He was a freshman, true freshman. Came in the season as a 3rd running back. Guess who's starting next week, bruh? Now, OU has won 8 straight ball games, 11 out of 12 on the road. They are the real deal. I told you that at the beginning of the season. They were the real deal. Now, by the time OU left on Saturday night, the old dumb Mountaineer was wearing skinny jeans, flip-flop, and a halter top by the time they got out of Morgantown, Playboy. Let's move on to the next ball game. We got Florida. Shows up to number 3, Alabama, to play in Tuscaloosa. Now, here's the deal. Alabama was dull at the beginning of the game, turning the ball over like crazy. They had 4 turnovers that turned into 21 points. So by the time they went into half, it's a 21-21 ball game. Duh. Then all of a sudden, my man Blake Seals went to work. He ended up with 445 yards, 4 touchdowns, threw 1 dub pick. But 1 dub pick, they came out here and did what they're supposed to do. My man Amari Cooper leads the country in receptions. This done had 10 catches, 201 yards. He the real deal. Alabama put up 645 total yards on these boys. I mean, I'm telling you, if they wouldn't have the turnovers, they probably would have scored 60 points on these boys. I'm just saying, Florida, when you show up to play Alabama in Tuscaloosa, don't stop by Dreamland Barbecue before the game, bro. You can only have that after the game if you win. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 5. Auburn goes to Manhattan to play number 20, Kansas State. Now, a lot of boys are thinking that Auburn was just going to show up and run wreck shop on these boys because they've been running all over the place. The last 2 ball games, first 2 ball games, Auburn had 660 yards on the ground. So we figured, hey, they're going to go in here and go to work on these boys on the ground. Kansas State held them 128 yards rushing. So all of a sudden, my man Nick Marshall had to put it in the air. He had 231 yards and 2 touchdowns in the air. But hey, Jake Waters on the other side of the ball had 242. 2 touchdowns, but 2 dub picks. They could have beat Auburn in this ball game. Missed 3 turnovers. I mean, 3 field goals. Duh. You can't miss field goals in ball game like this. And they had turnovers. Turnovers, missed field goals. You lose the ball game 2014. It don't work that way, bro. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 22, Clemson, goes to Tallahassee to play the number 1 Florida State Seminoles. Now, like I told you going into this ball game, Doug Jameis Winston, let's stop right there. Doug Jameis Winston suspended in this ball game for acting a fool in the union. I mean, where's his mom and daddy at, bro? I mean, I know that Jimbo Fisher ready to just pull his small intestine out and just strangle him with it. Then, before the ball game, this Dunn goes in the locker room and gets fully dressed. Puts on his whole uniform. This Dunn put on a jock, and they don't even wear jocks no more. Dude, how you look? They told you everybody and their mama and their mama's mama. The man sitting next to the man, sitting next to the man, sitting next to the man knew you wasn't going to play on Saturday night. Why you in there with your full uniform out there warming up? Did you see the look on Jimbo Fisher's face when he saw that Dunn out there warming up? Like, dude, I'm going to kill this guy if he don't go and take my uniform off. So they go into overtime because old Sean McGuire, the backup, was dumb most of the night. He did get a touchdown toward the end of the game to tie the ball game, sitting in the overtime. So he did show up when he needed to show up. But we don't have to run into problems like this if Jameis Winston just doing what he's supposed to do. Now, at some point, he's going to get it. But if I was pulling for Sean McGuire, if that Dunn would have played well, I know that Jimbo Fisher would have sent Jameis Winston to the crib. Like, you know what? We don't even need you, bruh. But they gonna need Jameis Winston because that Dunn behind him is dumb. Let's move on to the next ball game. Hey, it's your man Jay Graves Report from the JayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy.